First pitch to Proctor, hit to second, goes to short. Here's the pitch. He hits this one to short, over to second for the force out, and that ends the inning. But
home runs. He'll bat with an 0-2 count here with 2 outs. He'll have a play at the plate as Irvin is going to be tagged out at home.
He hits a grounder to second, double play ball. They throw it to second, and he hits this one a ton. Center field going back, and it is out of here. Chris Shaw with a 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first.
And scoring.
Scotty on a rundown, or is it?
Tower hits this one, the rocket, and diving catch.
They're going to throw home. He's safe. The throw to first. He's safe. Throw to first. That's laced right at the second baseman. Wave us up one. Over to first. Double play. There's a little bouncer to second. Nope. Stay in shape. This is a little bouncer. Going to be a tough play. And they lose it, and he's going to be safe, and the run's going to score. 2-2 pitch. Hit well. Hit deep. Hit high. It's fair. It's gone. Home run.
'83 degrees, beautiful sunshine here in the Bluegrass State at Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Welcome, everybody. I'm Steve Tressler. It is time for Genomes Baseball and the Lexington Legends. The last game of the season has upon us, and it seems like the season just started. April seems like it was yesterday, but we are at the final game of the season, and we're just moments away from first pitch. And the Lexington Legends and the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes are facing off for the 41st time this season. The Genomes have won 23 games. The Legends have won 17 games. Ian Waldo, the right-hander, will be on the mound for the Lexington Legends. Alexis Candelario will be on the bump for the Genomes. And now that we are almost ready for first pitch, let me give you the starting lineups. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for Lexington Legends and Kentucky Wild Health Genomes right here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. And I tell you what, we couldn't have picked a better day. 83 degrees, beautiful sunshine, and we are ready to go here. All right, first, batting for the Legends. Batting first, playing right field, number 9, Teo Martinez. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 24, Courtney Hawkins. Batting third, playing first base, number 13, Isaiah Tejeda. And if you look on the left of your screen there, you see that the managers are meeting at the middle there with the umpires, getting ready, exchanging lineup cards. So Teo Martinez batting first, playing right field, number 9. Designated hitter, number 24, Courtney Hawkins. Playing first base, number 13, Isaiah Tejeda. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 14, James Nelson. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 22, Montrell Marshall. Batting sixth, playing second base, Jesus Tavares. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 18, Manuel Geraldo. Batting eighth and catching, number 25, Pete Yorgan. And in center field, batting ninth, number 2, Darian Sanford. Ian Waldo, as I told you, is the right-hander on the bump for the Legends today, number 34. And now for the home team today, your Kentucky Wild Health Genomes in their final game of their inaugural season, and maybe their final game, as the team may or may not be around for a second season, as they were a fill-in team. But all those players are going to be picked up surely by everybody in the league and the newly formed team next year. Or maybe they come back. We don't know. It's something they'll have to discuss in the league meetings over the winter. But all the players, I'm hoping, will be on teams that we will see again because Genomes had a great first season. But today, batting first for the Genomes, playing third base, number 3, Clayton Milbauer. Batting second, the shortstop, number 4, Gavin Johns. Batting third, designated hitter, number 9, Luke Becker. Batting fourth, playing left field, number 34, Chris Shaw. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 20, Moises Sierra. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 12, Felix P.A. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 36, Samir Dueñez. Batting eighth and catching, her very first start ever as a field utility player, number 1, Scrappy Hopkins. Batting ninth, second baseman, number 5, Joe Henry Herrera. On the bump for the Genomes tonight, excuse me, I had to sneeze there, or this afternoon, number 28, Alexis Candelario. So we are just moments away from first pitch, folks. Beautiful day here in central Kentucky, and if you're not able to make it to the game today, it's too bad because not only is it a beautiful day here, but there's a big crowd walking in, and there's a big walk-up crowd. They have lots of giveaways today. As a matter of fact, they've got a table of souvenirs out front called the Free Table, and if you make it down here in time, you'll be able to see that and be a part of that. And we want to thank all of you for tuning in all season long to Genomes and Legends Baseball because it means a lot to us and certainly means a lot to them. When they tune in to the game, they see all the people that have viewed the game and who's tuned in, and it makes them feel loved and appreciated. And certainly the team up here in the press box is excited to bring you the final game of the season, and especially the staff members who have put these games on that are not on the field but working the concession stands, working the ticket offices, working in the front office. It's a lot of work, but they did it with 2 teams this year, and that says a lot about what was put on their shoulders and how much they were able to handle. So we're just minutes away from first pitch, folks. Stick around. We'll be back. It's Legends and Genomes. We'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky, as we are just about ready to start this game here, the very last game of the season in the Atlantic League. There's 132 games in the regular season, and these two teams have both played 131 games up until this point. The Genomes were just shy of making it to the playoffs. I mean, just by a couple games. And I hate that because I was so impressed with how well they did this year and the work of the staff and the team. And I hate that they had played the entire season there, and then about game 127, they were finally eliminated. So they will not make the cut, but that's all right. And the Legends, for the first time in 5 years, the better part of a half decade, are not in the playoffs. As a matter of fact, they've won the championship the last 3 years. So for the Legends, this is not very common territory for them, especially over the past half decade. Is when you talk about championships, the road to the championship had to come through Lexington, and it had to go through the Legends. And this year, Legends not a part of that playoff team, so or that playoff experience. So that's the way it goes, though. Okay, that's why we play the games. And now we're ready for the national anthem. So stand by here as these ladies are going to sing the national anthem for us, and then we'll be ready for first pitch. All right, nice job by those young ladies, and we are ready for baseball here in Lexington. There's a good look at the Wild Health Genomes getting ready for their last game of the season, and a lot of these players, when the season's over, they will head on back to wherever they're from, and, you know, you got to wonder, you know, Chris Shaw is probably headed to San Francisco or to Boston, wherever his family is, maybe New York, where his brother is, and you think about some of these guys that are going to head back to the Dominican Republic for the summer or for the winter and then come back in the spring to get ready for baseball again. And, you know, guys like Brandon Phillips, P.J. Phillips probably headed back to Georgia. And so all these guys, this is the last game here, and they are ready to get this going, finish strong. Both teams hoping to end the season on a win, so we should have a great contest today. And Scrappy Hopkins making her debut as catcher today. As you get a look at Scrappy there, she will be catching. So the first time a female has actually played a position in the Atlantic League. And Scrappy will be the catcher today. She'll be catching for Alexis Candelario. And that's really something, honestly, because catcher is a tough position. I've always said that catcher is the toughest position on the field. You've got to get the signs to the pitcher and call the game. You have to know the batters and who's coming up. You got to know what the batter's strengths and weaknesses are so you call the right pitches for your pitcher. You got to monitor everybody out in the field. You got to keep the team alert. You got to watch the base runners. So if they try and steal, you can get the throw down and throw them out of there. You got to be constantly aware of every pitch. You got to know the counts. You got to know the outs. So Alexis Scrappy Hopkins will be catching, and it's kind of cool to see. She had her first professional hit yesterday on an 0-1 pitch. She had a line drive to center field, and after the game, I actually walked around the stadium and picked up as many of the tickets that were left in the seats and the drink holders as I could, so I could give Scrappy all the tickets she could handle, so she could give those to her mom and give away as souvenirs and maybe frame one for herself with a picture from that hit as a cool memento. And she was so grateful and so sweet, and I hope she does fantastic today. And I got to say, I'm really proud of her. And, you know, Scrappy just wants to be considered one of the guys here, one of the players out on the team. I don't know if she's excited about the fanfare, but I can tell you she's excited to play, but she doesn't want any extra attention. She just wants to do her job and be part of the team, and that's commendable. And I think that hit yesterday showed the guys that she belonged. We're ready for baseball. Here's Teo Martinez. He will lead things off here and face Alexis Candelario, and Alexis will be pitching to Alexis because Scrappy's name is Alexis as well. And first pitch there, hit deep left field, going back. Gone. Teo Martinez starts the game off with a solo shot to left field, and the Lexington Legends strike first on the very first pitch of the game. 1-0 Legends. That was an 81-mile-an-hour pitch that Teo Martinez jumped on right away. Not fooled by that one. And it's 1-0 Lexington. And now Courtney Hawkins at the plate. And the first pitch to him on the outside corner, strike one. Now, they have not thrown pitches to Courtney last few games. He is one away from tying the home run record, and Candelario definitely going to pitch to him. And he's ahead 0-2. Beautiful day here in Lexington. Wind blowing out towards left field. And Courtney strikes out on 3 pitches from Alexis Candelario, and they throw that one around the horn. So 1 up, or 2 up, 1 down. Martinez led off with a solo shot to left. Courtney comes up and strikes out. Courtney, and that's not normal for him, especially since he's not normally the DH. He's usually out there in left field, but today he's DH. I've always seen, like I've felt and seen that he does better when he's in the field, in the lineup. He always seems to hit better. And I hope I eat those words today. I hope Courtney gets 3 home runs today, and what I just said is not the case. But I've noticed he always hits better when he's in the lineup and not the DH. First pitch to Tejeda, grounder to Johns. He picks it up, fires to first, and that's the out. 6-3. Samir Dueñez at first there. Makes the catch, tags the bag. And James Nelson steps up. Two outs, James Nelson at the plate. Nelson, the left fielder. Swing and a miss there, strike one. People still making their way into the game here today. That pitch fouled away. 0-2. You see those leaves are just starting to turn colors on the trees back there in the background. Fall is moving closer. Not here just yet. That pitch low and away, 1-2. Nelson on the season, 380 average, 6 homers, 12 RBIs. One ball, 2 strikes. Candelario from the stretch. Kicks and fires. And that ball hit the straightaway right center field. And it's going to drop in there and bounce on the first guard fence company sign. He's around first to second. Now he's making his way to third. And he'll make it there in plenty of time. A stand-up triple for James Nelson. So a triple for Nelson and Montrell Marshall. He comes to the plate. He's going to try to get Nelson in here and give the Legends a 2-0 lead here on Sunday, September 18th, 2022 here in Lexington, Kentucky. Last game of the Atlantic League baseball season between the Genomes and the Legends. Last game of baseball in the Atlantic League for regular season play today. Playoffs begin next week. First pitch to Montrell. Gets away from Scrappy, and here comes Nelson. And he will score, and it's 2-0. That one got away from Scrappy, went back. And she was not able to get to it and throw it to Candelario to make the play. 2-0 Lexington Legends. Nobody on now for Montrell. Here's the 1-0. And Montrell hits that a ton to right, and it's going to go foul. I mean, we could not have picked a more beautiful day today. Some clouds in the sky, but not anything to be concerned over. No chance of rain. Just as I say that, lightning strikes. Showers come down. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Montrell Marshall. Sam Wallace-Smith wearing his glasses today. You didn't put in your contacts? Sam, we got to get you some contacts, man. Are you just freaked out by putting things in your eyeballs? Yeah? All right, well, drink a glass of Suck It Up. Get some contacts. No, I'm kidding, buddy. I couldn't do that either, Sam. I will probably be the old man that is all over the road driving, knocking people off the sidewalks because I refuse to put in contacts, and I don't like wearing glasses. That's why I'm glad to be here and watch the Yankees and the Orioles play today. That ball outside, 4-3. Just kidding. 2-2 to Montrell Marshall. Legends jump out in front here, scoring 2 in the top of the first. A solo shot by Teo Martinez on the very first pitch of the game. Nelson tripled, and then a wild pitch he was able to score on. And Marshall hits one that bounces off the mound, but he gets down the line, and he runs that one out. And that is a base hit off the pitcher as you watch the replay here. Bam, hit Alexis Candelario right on the tailbone. And Marshall runs that one out. And that was a much-needed hit for Montrell. Glad to see him get a hit there. And apparently it didn't hit him on the tailbone. He's grabbing his left knee. And the trainer out there taking a look. Montrell says, my bad. I think Montrell did that on purpose. Of course he doesn't do that on purpose. That's ridiculous. He didn't do that on purpose. He doesn't know where that ball's going. But Montrell still feels bad. Gave him a little fist bump there. Said, my bad, Alexis. So Candelario gets back on the bump there. He's going to throw a few more, see how he feels. Looks like he's going to be okay. So runner at first, 2 outs now. Jesus Tavares moves from the on-deck circle to the batter's box. Tavares steps in. Runner goes. Scrappy's throw, not in time. As Marshall gets a stolen base there. We'll look up and see how many stolen bases Marshall's got. And that is going to be his stolen base number 1 for Montreal. That is his first stolen base of the season. This pitch here hit by Tavares. Deep left field, going back to the warning track. Gone! A 2-run blast by Tavares, the second baseman for the Legends, and now a 4-0 lead for the Lexington Legends. Jesus Tavares takes a 1-0 pitch and sends it out of here. You watch the replay here. And that wind's blowing out towards left field, so that carried very well for Jesus Tavares. And Manuel Geraldo, first pitch there, he hits a screamer right over the dugout into the stands. Of course, the other day, Geraldo hit a line drive that went foul, hit that Mattress Overstock warehouse a couple times. Just absolute heat coming off his bat. He's been hitting line drives all weekend. Swing and a miss on that pitch, though, 0-2. Jorgen on deck. The switch hitting Geraldo at the plate. Here's the 0-2. That one hit the umpire in his chest protector. One ball, 2 strikes. I got the superstar analyst Carson with me today. What's up, Carson? You good? Now, Carson, how tall did you say your dad was?
6'7".
Say that again.
6'7".
6'7"? I think he's taller than me. Is he wider than me? No, he's not. That'd be hard to do. Swing and a miss there. He misses. He's going to head to first. Scrappy makes the throw, and that's the out. That ends the top of the first inning, folks. Legends jump out 4-0 and put that one in the books for Scrappy. Caught her first inning as she heads to the dugout. We'll be back with more Genomes and Legends. Genomes coming up to bat right after this. Legends jump out 4-0, top of the first. Clayton Melbauer will try to get things going for the Genomes here in the bottom of the first. I'm Steve Tressler. 83 degrees, beautiful sunny day here in Lexington, Kentucky. First pitch here from Ian Walda inside to Melbauer. Ball one. Both Martinez and Tavares hit a home run. Swing and a miss by Melbauer on that pitch. 85 miles an hour, strike one. This is game number 132 of the season for both teams and the final game. That 1-1 pitch, a lot of movement on that one. Looked to be a fastball, but it moved quite a bit there. Little plane flying overhead here at the ballpark to our left. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one in there for strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pete Jorgen, the catcher, will lead off for the Legends in the top of the second. Legends wearing those gray pants with the blue jerseys, green hats. Green numbers trimmed in white. Ooh, that one looked good. Full count, 3-2. .63 ERA for Ian Walda. Here's the payoff pitch to Melbauer. Struck him out. Melbauer thought he had a walk there. And he got rung up there and kind of pleading his case and had something to say about it. And I'm going to look at the pitch tracker here and see if he's got a good case there. Gavin John steps in. First pitch to him up high. And I tell you what, he's got a good case. That was really low. Really low. Two balls, no strikes to Gavin Johns. Gavin, excellent ball player. .320 batting average. Leads the Genomes this season. .786 OPS. It's interesting because he doesn't walk very much at all. As a matter of fact, in 230-plus at-bats, he's only walked 4 times, and here he is with a 3-0 count. And now 3-1. It's funny, I have not seen him go this deep into a count before. This is odd territory for me to see Johns with a 5-pitch count here. Usually he steps in there in the first pitch, he's ready to go, and he does. He swings right away. Maybe he watched his bats last night and heard me say that. I was like, yeah, I could take more pitches, I guess. Fouls that one off. Count full now, 3-2. Luke Becker on deck. Full count to Johns, the payoff pitch up high, and he walks, ball 4. Only his 5th walk of the season. And Luke Becker steps in, the switch hitting Becker batting from the left side as he faces the right-hander, Ian Walda. And to throw over there to first, keep Johns on the base. Nice crowd here tonight, as you see in the picture there. And everybody's showing up for the last game of the season and saying goodbye to the Genomes and the Legends for Another winner. Runner goes. Johns headed to second, and he's in there just fine. Throw goes into center field. Johns didn't realize it until too late, and he could have gone to third. But a stolen base there. And 1 ball, 1 strike here now to Luke Beckers. That was a called strike there on that pitch to Becker. Johns at second. And Becker fouls that one out of play. 1-2. Johns at second. 1 on, 1 out. 4-0 Legends here. Bottom of the first, Genomes trying to answer. Ooh, that pitch looked good from up here. 2-2. All season long, the staff here has done an amazing job. Up here in the suites area, Taylor Redinger made sure everybody in the suites was taken care of. That ball hit into right field by Becker. Johns coming around to score, and he's in there. And it's 4-1 as Johns comes all the way around from second. And Becker ends up at second base himself after the throw from Martinez. And it's 4-1. There's Robbie Ross there with the gear walking back our way. As Becker drives in a run and cuts the lead by 1 down to 4-1. And Chris Shaw comes up to the plate with a runner at second and 1 out. And Shaw is due for a hit. But Taylor doing a great job all season long. We watched her take care of everybody up here in the suites, and Ashley Grigsby doing everything she can all over the field and also stringing for Major League Baseball. Hugh Davis, our official scorer. You know, some of us have been interchangeable this season. You've heard different announcers throughout the season. Hugh Davis has been there every game. Swing and a miss by Shaw. 2 balls, 1 strike. My son Max just walked into the press box. Hey, Max, this is Carson. Carson, that's Max. 2 balls, 1 strike to Chris Shaw here. 1 out. And that pitch outside, 3-1. Come on over here, Max. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the 3-1. Shaw swings and misses. And now the count full to the former San Francisco Giant, Chris Shaw. Full count. And the payoff pitch, Shaw rips that to right field. It bounces off the first guard fence company sign. Becker will come around to score easily, and Shaw in there with a stand-up double, and he was due. And good to see him rip that ball to the wall and end up at second. And Teo Martinez fields that and throws it in. Moises Sierra did a little cha-cha there. He loved his walk-up music. First pitch outside, ball one. Legends lead 4-2 here in Lexington. Bottom of the first, Sierra hits this one, a little bloop to center. It drops in for a base hit in front of Sanford. Throw comes to the plate, and Chris Shaw scores plenty of time, and it's 4-3. Genomes have cut the lead down to 1 now, and Felix P.A. will come to the plate with 1 out. And Sierra at first. PA from the left side. First pitch inside to him, ball one. And a good job here by the Genomes fighting their way back into this game. Legends jumped all over them in the first top half, and now the Genomes in the bottom half making their way back. And Felix PA rips a single into right. And the Genomes saying we're not going away just yet. And now here comes Samir Dueñez up to the plate. Runners at first and second. Dueñez 259, 8 homers, 38 RBIs. First pitch inside, ball one. Only the leadoff batter has been put out today so far. Melbauer struck out looking. And this one ripped foul by Dueñez, strike one. After that, Johns walked, back-to-back doubles by Becker and Shaw. Then Sierra and PA back on board here with singles. Johns, Becker, and Shaw have all scored. Here's a 1-1. 2-1 inside. Before the game today, kids were allowed to go out on the field and play catch. And that one ripped deep right field, going back to the wall. And it's on the Pepsi party deck. Samir Dueñez in back-to-back games has homered. And this one, a 3-run shot. And the Genomes lead 6-4. Wow. When the Legends put 4 runs on it at the top of the first, I didn't think it would be a 6-4 game in the bottom of the first. And here's Scrappy Hopkins, batting 125. First pitch to Scrappy outside, ball one. That one low, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to the catcher, Alexis Hopkins. That one up top, 3-0. Good eye by the catcher. Scrappy is an aggressive hitter, so for her to stand by for 3 pitches. That one in there for a strike, 3-1. Yesterday, she hit a line drive to center for her first pro hit. Swing and a miss there, 3-2. 85-mile-an-hour fastball that time. Full count. Here's the payoff. And this one a little chopper to second. And an error at second. She runs it out, but they get her for out number 2. Tavares had trouble grabbing that ball. And Scrappy grounds out. Two down, and Joe Henry Herrera steps in. Herrera, only his second time playing in the field other than pitching this year. He's at second base, and yesterday and today were the only 2 days all season that he has not been in the pitcher role in his career. That one fouled out of play. No balls, 2 strikes to Herrera. And the 0-2 hit into left field. Base hit going into the corner. He rounds first, headed to second. And that's the first extra base hit of his career, as now he is 6 of 15 career-wise with 5 singles and now a double. And they batted all the way around, and now here's Clayton Melbauer back to the plate, the leadoff hitter. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Melbauer. Six-4 Genomes lead here, bottom of the first, 2 outs. Herrera at second. And that one outside as well, 2 balls, no strikes. Melbauer, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs this season. Three balls, no strikes. Walden from the stretch kicks, fires the 3-0, and that one on the mark, and now 3-1 to Melbauer. And he rips that pitch into the gap in left center field, hits off that UK Credit Union sign. Another runner scores. Melbauer headed to third, and he'll be in there easily with a triple. And Herrera scores. And it's a 7-4 Genomes lead. And for the second time in the inning, Gavin Johns comes up to bat. 2 plate appearances for Melbauer and Johns in the first inning. This inning has been almost an hour. Strike one to Johns. That one fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. NFL football on today. Ravens at the half, 28-7 on the Dolphins. Browns 17, Jets 14. That one outside 1-2. Patriots lead the Steelers in the third, 10-3. Jaguars 17, Colts nothing. Panthers 13, Giants 12. That one in the third. Saints 3, Buccaneers nothing. That one in the third. Johns fouls this one away. Detroit leading Washington 22-7. Of course, the only game that really matters is at 4:30. The Raiders play the Cardinals. And that pitch there hit by Johns over to second. They grab it, fire to first, and that'll end the inning. However, the Genomes got to work, folks. They came up here, 7 runs, 7 hits in the bottom of the first, take a 7-4 lead. We'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Genomes take a 7-4 lead in the bottom of the first. A lot of offense right off the bat here in Lexington. Pete Yorgan at the plate. First pitch to him, ball 1. As he faces Alexis Candelario. First pitch, or second pitch here, popped up into right field. And waiting on it, there's Moises here. He's like, did I get it? Yeah, I did. Okay. And that's out number 1. So Jorgen on a 1-0 pitch hits to right field. And Darian Sanford coming up with 1 out. His first trip to the plate. First pitch, Sanford in there for strike 1. Sanford this year became the all-time leading stolen base leader in the Atlantic League. He has the record now. And this pitch here on an 0-1 pops up. Johns calls it, makes the catch, and there's out number 2. Teo Martinez coming back to the plate. First time up, the very first pitch of the game from Candelario, sent it over to the left field wall to start the scoring. Legends fans will love to see that here. Candelario ready to go, fires, and that pitch popped up into the air and foul. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, top of the second here in Lexington, Kentucky. Wild Health Genomes lead 7-4. Teo Martinez at the plate for the Legends. Started the season as a Genome. That pitch in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. That's Scrappy Hopkins catching today. She is making her first start at the plate catching. That ball hit by Teo, deep left field once again, going back, gone. 2 home runs for Teo Martinez. They're playing it like it wasn't gone. It bounced out and came back in. Play that replay back. That ball was gone. Can you play the replay? Folks, that one I thought left the ballpark and came back. Did it not? You gotta be kidding me. So they're calling that a triple, I guess. And now Hawkins pops up, Milbauer underneath it. And that's the inning. But I thought for sure that ball was gone, and it bounced outside the stadium and came back in. And we'll have to pull that replay up and look. But I thought that ball was gone, folks. In any case, we're headed to the bottom of the second. It's a 7-4 ball game. We'll be right back. Luke Becker. First pitch outside. Yeah, can you play that? We're going to look at that replay one more time here as T.O. hits this one, and I want to see. No, it hit the fence. Yeah. Boy, it sure looked like it went out. 2 balls, no strikes to Becker. He pops this one up, and it goes foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Waldo looks in. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Becker hits this one hard left field, but it's going to go into the foul territory. Two balls, 2 strikes. Waldo kicks, fires the 2-2 way outside. 3-2. That pitch got away from him, looks like. Great day for baseball here in Central Kentucky. Last game of the season, September 18th here, and a nice crowd has shown up for the game today. A lot of gear, a lot of Legends gear, a lot of Genomes gear. That one popped up high into the sky. It's being called on by the shortstop, Manuel Geraldo, and he makes the catch. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. First game of the season was April 21st. And here we are almost 5 months to the day later, and the season's rounding to a close. That pitch just missing outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Shaw fouls it back, 0-2 to count. Shaw doubled his last time up. Good to see that. He was 0 for the last few days. I think maybe had a single, but for some reason, just not hitting the ball the way he did in the middle of the season. 262 average, 17 home runs, 71 RBIs. And the 0-2 hit by Shaw, and that'll be foul as well. A lot of kids over there in the play area as they chase that foul ball around. Here's the 0-2 from Waldo to Shaw. Swing and a miss, strike 3 swinging, and out number 2 of the inning. That is the second strikeout of the day for Ian Waldo. And see Moises Sierra gives us that little dance again when he gets in the box here. He did a nice little cha-cha last time. Here he comes. Now this time he just steps in. All business this time. First pitch here, fastball 87 miles an hour, strike 1. Pitch away. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Sierra 288 batting average, 8 homers, 47 RBIs on the season. 845 OPS. Waldo, long look in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Low, 2-1. Bottom of the second. The 41st meeting of these two teams this season. 3-1 the count. Head-to-head, the Genomes have won 3 games. Actually, 23 games to 17, I believe, is the series. And the 3-1 pitch hit straight up the middle for a base hit for Moises Sierra. So a 2-out single. And that's the second time today Sierra's hit it up the middle for a base hit. The first time it was a little bloop single over the infield in the air and drops in front of Sanford. This time it's a ground ball up the middle. And Felix P.A. steps to the plate for his second time. He singled to right last time. First pitch to PA outside, ball 1. Here's a 1-0. And PA's bat goes flying. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first. Good picture-in-picture there from Judith Drake, the technical director. That pitch inside, 2-1. runs, 13 hits between these two teams in just 2 innings. PA fouls this one off, 2-2. There's the bouncy house back there. Two balls, 2 strikes to the former Chicago Cub and Baltimore Oriole, Felix PA. Spent a season with the Pirates as well. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning on a strikeout to Felix PA. 3rd strikeout of the game for Walda. We're headed to the 3rd, folks. It's 7-4 Genomes. Top of the third, Isaiah Tejeda at the plate. First pitch to him, and there's strike one from Candelario. Eric Tyler, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you on there. No balls, one strike. That one outside, 1-1. Tejeda's had a good season, 277 average, 28 home runs, 89 RBIs. The 28 home runs are second on the team to Courtney Hawkins, 47. That one hits the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. From the stretch, Candelario kicks and fires and pops this one up foul. This one pops straight up into the air. Candelario looks for it and makes the catch for out number 1. Nelson to the plate here, hit a triple last time up. First pitch he sees, he lines into center field for a single. Felix P.A. grabs it and throws it back in, so Nelson on base right away. Montrell Marshall stepping up. Montrell ran out a hit. His first time up was a single to the shortstop that bounced off of Candelario's leg. He was able to run that out and get to the bag before the throw and got a single. First pitch low, ball 1. Montrell hits that one deep right field, going back. Gone. That was awesome to see. Montrell needed that one. That was home run number 19 of the season for the third baseman. And RBI 66 and 67. He's 2 for 2 today with a single and a home run. That one lands inside the Pepsi party deck there. So Marshall with a blast to straightaway right field. That cuts that Genomes lead down to 1-7-6. And here's Tavares. He hit a home run his last time up. And a 1-run game here now. And Tavares lines this one to right, but right there to make the catch for out number 2 is Moises Sierra. Manuel Geraldo coming back to the plate. Manuel struck out his first time up. The switch hitter steps in. First pitch here. Chopper to second. Herrera picks it up, fires to first, and that ends the inning, folks. But a 2-run blast by Marshall cuts the lead down to 1. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Genomes in front here, 7-6. We'll be back with more Genomes and Legends baseball right after this. Samir Duenas leads things off here in the bottom of the third. Genomes with a 1-run lead. First pitch to Duenas, fouled off for strike 1. Swing and a miss there. 0-2 to Duenas now. Duenas hit a home run his last time into the plate in the first inning. Here's the 0-2. And he stays alive, fouls that one back. Line drive caught by Tejeda. So Samir Duenas on an 0-2 pitch. It's a line drive straight to Tejeda. And that's out number 1. And Scrappy Hopkins now at the plate. First time up, she had a grounder to second. Shows bunt that time up high, though. And went ahead and just fouled that one back. No balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss there by Hopkins. That pitch, 86 miles an hour, went right by. 2 to Scrappy. Here's Walda. Kicks, fires, and swipe. Strike number 3 there as she swipes at that one. Can't get a hold of it. So 2 up, 2 down here. And Joe Henry Herrera coming to plate. He had a doubles first time up. First pitch of Herrera upstairs, strike 1. 85-mile-an-hour pitch from Walda. And hits this one foul, 0-2. And the 0-2 slaps at that one. And now Herrera 2 for 2. They should have been letting him hit all season. Two-out single by Herrera. And keep the Genomes going here. Bottom of the 3rd. Don't forget, today is a 7-inning game, folks. So 7 innings. Last game of the season here at Wild Health Field till next season. That one in there, strike 1 to Mel Bauer. Runner goes, throw goes down to second, not in time. Herrera with his first stolen base of the season. One and one. That one misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Waldo looks in for his pitch. Runner at second, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. That one low, 3-1 to Mel Bauer. Here's a 3-1, and Mel Bauer walked. So now runners at first and second for the Genomes. And Gavin Johns coming back to the plate. Two outs, 2 on. Gavin hits this one high into the sky, sailing towards the foul side, but caught in fair territory by Teo Martinez for out number 3. And that is it. 3 innings in the bag. Genome 7, Legend 6. We're headed to the 4th, folks. We'll be right back. So for the second time today, Pete, you're going to lead things off. Top of the fourth inning. And a one-run game in the 41st meeting between these two teams. And the first pitch here to Jorgen in there for strike one. This pitch here hit by Jorgen to short. Johns picks it up, fires to first, and there is out number one of the fourth inning. One out, Darian Sanford at the plate. He hits the first pitch he sees high into the sky. Racing over towards the foul side is Herrera, and he makes the catch, and that's out number two. So 2 up, 2 down here quickly in the top of the fourth. That's twice today that Sanford's hit a pop-up for an out. And that pitch there to Martinez, ball one. Martinez today's hit a home run and a triple. He needs a double and a single to hit for the cycle. I mean, he's got the hard ones out of the way. And wouldn't that be something? A team that cut him, he comes back later and hits the cycle against. There's your storyline. Swing and a miss there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Teodoro Martinez. Beautiful day today. Top of the fourth, 2 outs. Hanging out watching baseball on a summer afternoon. And this one hit foul by Martinez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Long look in that time by Candelario. That one inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Browns leading the Jets now 24-17. That game in the fourth quarter. Two count. Nope. Nope, that one hit a chair. That's a little kid there they're looking at. That's a lady. And that hit her on the side of the head there. The pitch, 91 miles an hour. Not sure how fast that came off the bat, but it was moving. And they're checking on her now. And there is a medic over there now walking up. She's alert, talking to the medics. Players have stopped. They want to make sure she's okay, too. We'll take a quick second, take a break here, and make sure that she's going to be okay, and then we'll come back to live action, everybody. Two balls, two strikes. Back to the live action here. That lady's going to be just fine. Got a nice hand from the fans here and also from the players. That pitch there missed, and now full count here, 3-2. As Candelario looks in at Martinez. And we ready for the payoff pitch here. And this one popped up into the air. Felix P.A. jogs over to his right, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth, folks. Legends trail by 1 to the Genomes. We'll be back right after this. Luke Becker will lead things off here, bottom of the fourth inning. Genomes with a 7-6 lead on the Legends here. Ian Wald still on the bump for the Legends. Swing and a miss by Becker, the designated hitter. It'll be Becker, Shaw, Sierra, top of the order. 3, 4, 5, meat of the order, I should say. That one inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke Becker, the former University of Kentucky All-Star, 309 batting average. Leads the team in home runs with 23, RBIs, 98. That one hit the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Becker. Nice size crowd here on a football Sunday. And Becker chops this one to first. Foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Luke Becker. He pops this one up into left field, and sliding over is Nelson to make the catch for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down. One out, Chris Shaw stepping in. And he pops this one up. Montrell Marshall giving chase, running back. And that one bounces in fair territory. Shaw headed to second. And he'll get a double out of a pop-up that should have been caught out there. First pitch here to Sierra. Strike 1, 1 out. Shaw at second. Swing and a miss there, and Sierra in the hole here, 0-2. First pitch was 83 degrees. Here we are an hour and 30 minutes later, and it's still 83 degrees. That pitch just missing the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I can't decide if there's more people here today or last night. That pitch there outside as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shaw at second, 1 out, 2-2, bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, and that is out number 2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that is strikeout number 5 for Ian Walda. PA struck out his last time up, hit a single to right his first time. Runner at second, 2 outs for the Genomes. They lead by 1 here. PA hits this first pitch, and in foul territory, Marshall makes a catch right in front of the Genomes dugout, and that ends the inning. Genomes leave 1 stranded. We're headed to the 5th. They lead 7-6. We'll be right back, folks. Top of the fifth inning. Courtney Hawkins coming to the plate for his third time of the game. Courtney pops this one up. Chris Shaw coming in, and he makes a catch. So, Courtney today 0 for 3. Second time he popped up. And Isaiah Staheda comes up. One out. Tejeda, the first baseman, stepping in. That one chopped foul. Strike one to Tejeda. No balls, one strike. Candelario pitches, and that one missing. 1-1. Candelario today, 2 strikeouts. Tejeda pops this one up, but it's going to sail foul behind us. And it's going to be 1-2 now to the first baseman for the Legends. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 276 batting average for Tejeda. And here's the 1-2. That one outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That might be gone. And it is. On a 2-2 pitch, Tejeda hits home run number 29 of the season. A blast to left field, and we're tied up at 7 here in the 5th inning. And Tejeda ties it up with a home run, a solo shot, and that's RBI number 90 for Isaiah Tejeda. And here's James Nelson. He has tripled and hit a single to center today. And he rips this one to left. Shaw comes up and scoops it up a la first baseman style. So a single for Nelson, and he is 3 for 3 today. And Montrell Marshall comes up to the plate. And Marshall today is 2 for 2 with a home run and a single himself. Pitch gets away from Scrappy. And the runner makes it to second. No throw as Nelson reaches safely. Marshall hit home run number 19 of the season. His last at bat. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. . 2 balls, no strikes to the Legends third baseman. Tie score here. Top of the fifth, 7-7. Marshall rips that one into center field for a base hit, and RBI should come in and does as Nelson scores, and the Legends take the lead back here, 8-7 on the Genomes, thanks to the RBI single by Montrell Marshall. I'm going to go down there and get all over Montrell for being 3 for 3 today and making his bat get hot on the last game of the season. And Tavares, who's hit a home run today, steps in for the third time. First pitch to him outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, runner at first, 1 out. Montrell goes, and he's got his second stolen base of the year. Two-0. That one down low and inside. 3-0 now to Tavares. Marshall at second. 1 out. Legends lead by 1 here. 8-7, top of the fifth. Major League Baseball just had on Thursday Roberto Clemente Day. Roberto Clemente, born in Carolina, Puerto Rico. And this one drilled down on a 3-0 pitch, the right field line all the way down to the corner. Marshall comes in to score, and an RBI double for Tavares. Legends lead 9-7. So a 9-7 lead for the Legends, and Manuel Geraldo, still looking for his first hit of the day, comes up. Geraldo steps in, ready to go. Runner at second for Geraldo. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Geraldo, 259 hitter, 6 homers, 43 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. And he rips this one to first. Samir Dueñas grabs it. And covering the bag is Candelario. He throws it to home. Not on the mark there. And Nelson scores. And a 10-7 Legends lead. Candelario throws it and then falls to the ground. So Geraldo gets his first hit of the game, and Pete Jorgen looking for the same here. Geraldo doesn't get his first hit of the game. The runner scores 2 outs. Jorgen first pitch, drills it, and it's going to be foul, strike 1. Legends lead 10-7, 2 outs, top of the 5th. And this one grounded to Johns. He'll fire to first. And that'll end the inning, but the Legends reclaim the lead 10-7. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th, folks. Time for the 5th inning stretch, not 7th because it's a 7-inning game. So we do a 5th inning stretch. We'll be back with more Legends and Genomes baseball right after this. Samir Dueñas leads it off here, bottom of the 5th. First pitch to him in there for strike 1. Dueñas today hit a home run, then line drive out to the first baseman. And he smacks at that one foul. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes here to Samir Dueñas. Strike 3. Strikeout number 6 of the game for Ian Walda. And Scrappy Hopkins comes back to the plate. She's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch here, she hits it to right field, and it sails foul. Strike one, 84-mile-an-hour pitch. No balls, one strike to Scrappy. That pitch up high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Scrappy. Ian Waldo, 6 strikeouts on the evening, 6.69 ERA. And that pitch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yep. That one just misses the outside corner. 3-1 now to Scrappy. Scrappy got her first major league hit, or pro hit, I should say, yesterday. She hit a line drive up the middle. And that one in there for strike 2. And it's a full count. 3-2 now. Three balls, 2 strikes, full count. Scrappy back in the box. Waldo from the stretch. And Scrappy fouls this one off. Count stays full. You tell Scrappy didn't like that call there, that last strike call. Thought she had a walk. And swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is out number 2 of the inning. That brings Jordani Herrera to the plate. Excuse me, Johendry Herrera. So Jordani? I don't know. I was thinking Jordani Valdespin maybe. So Johendry Herrera coming up to the plate. He has a double and he singled to left his last time up. Top of the order on deck, Clayton Melbauer in the on-deck circle. Herrera steps in. And the first pitch to him fouled out of play, an 85-mile-an-hour fastball from Waldo. From the stretch, Waldo kicks and fires. And Herrera hits this one deep right field to the Pepsi party deck. Goodbye. You've got to wonder, why has Johendry Herrera been stuck in the bullpen all year when he could swing a bat like he's been swinging it today? He is 1 triple away from hitting for the cycle. And for a pitcher, that's almost uncharted territory. As he rounds the bases, home run number 1 of his career right there for Johendry Herrera. And it's a 10-8 ball game. Everybody coming out of the dugout to give him props. And the first pitch there in for strike 1. And that one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 10-8 ball game here in Lexington. Two balls, 1 strike. And that one makes it in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's low and away. Full count here to Clayton Melbauer. Melbauer batting .229, 4 homers, 24 RBIs. Today at the plate, he struck out, he's walked, and he hit a triple his second time up. Three, two outs. And here comes the payoff pitch. And that one fouled. And Jorgen with a nice grab as he jumps out of his stance at catcher spot and makes the catch. There's 5 innings in the books, folks. We got 2 more to go. Legends 10, Genomes 8. We'll be back with more Genomes and Legends right after this. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Legends lead 10-8. Darian Sanford, the all-time leader in stolen bases in the Atlantic League at the plate. Fouls off the first pitch. Strike one. That pitch there sails over Scrappy's head. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 6th inning, Legends 10, Genomes 8, Legends 10 runs, 11 hits. No errors, Genomes 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. And Sanford hits this one. It bounces off Herrera's leg and into center field, base hit. So runner on first, nobody out here, top of the 6th for the Legends. So Sanford gets on base. And on the top of the order here, and Teo Martinez coming up. And now a throw over to first to let Sanford know they're keeping an eye on him. First pitch here to Teo Martinez. Runner goes Sanford, and that's why he leads the Atlantic League in stolen bases, folks. Big jump there by Darian Sanford, and put another stolen base onto his already stolen base record. Sanford at second. Teo Martinez, 1 ball, no strikes. As Candelario looks in. And a little check swing there. Sanford, another stolen base. Two balls, no strikes. That pitch outside to Teo, 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk to Teo Martinez. Sanford throw down to third. And now Courtney Hawkins, who's 1 home run away from the Atlantic League record, steps in. Courtney needs 1 home run to tie the season record for home runs at 48. Candelario has been pitching to him all day. Courtney looking for the right one. First pitch there, strike 1 to Hawkins, 82 miles an hour. That pitch outside, 1-1. 2 on, nobody out, top of the 6th. Hawkins, 295 batting average, 47 home runs, 121 RBIs. The only way to call Hawkins anything is talent ready. He pops this one high into the sky. It may sail foul. Melbauer looking for it, can't find it, and it bounces foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You almost think he's pushing too hard to get that record at this point, since he knows he's down to a couple bats left in the whole season. They haven't pitched to him in the first 3 games of this series. Like, I'm surprised they bothered to pitch to him this game. Tell you what, nobody can react to bugs in his face like Courtney Hawkins. Anytime there's a bug in his face, man, he flips out. Glasses, helmet come off, everything. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Hawkman. Here's the pitch. And he rips this for a base hit, and that'll bring an RBI in for the Hawkman. And now he is 6 short of the RBI record and a homer short of the home run record. And the Legends lead 11-8. Runners at first and second. Now, some gentlemen walked up into the press box here that I don't know, but I can tell by the sound of this guy's voice from all the games I listened to that is Keith Elkins. And Keith Elkins now, I believe, calls baseball for Kentucky, but he is the longtime Legends announcer. And I think that is who's up here. Is that Keith? Yeah. Tejeda fouls that one off. No balls, one strike. And Tejeda hits this one high in the sky. Herrera looking for it, and makes a catch, one out. Runners stay in place. And one down. Nelson to the plate, one out. First pitch to him, he fouls off strike one. Nelson today 3 for 3. He's got a triple and 2 singles. Swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2 now. Candelario, 2 strikeouts today. Pitch number 83 coming. That one's high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two on, 1 out here, top of the 6th inning. That one inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nelson, 415 batting average, 6 homers, 12 RBIs. That one fouled out of play. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Candelario. And that's out number 2 of the inning. Montreal Marshall stepping in. He is 3 for 3 today, 2 singles and a home run. And he hits this one high and deep to right field, going back to the warning track. And home run, number 20 for Montreal Marshall, and 3 more RBIs. Montreal, where have you been? As Marshall blasts another home run today. And that gives him 20 home runs and 71 RBIs. I think he's starting to remember how to do this game and play this game. And the Legends lead 14-8. And Tavares steps in and takes strike one. Ashley Grigsby just let me know Marshall hit a home run in the very first game of the season. And now a home run in this game, and he's got book-ending home runs here, right? He started with one, he's ending with one. And he's 4 for 4 today with a couple home runs and a couple singles. That pitch inside. 1-1 to Tavares. Tavares 2 for 3 with a home run and a double today. This one grounded to short, picked up by Johns, fired to first, and that'll end the inning. But the Legends put 4 on the board for the second inning in a row. They lead 14-8. We'll be back with Genomes coming up to bat here in the bottom of the 6th from Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 6th inning here. Gavin Johns will lead things off for the Genomes. The Johns family in Foxborough, the Wilson family in Temecula, California. Complete opposite ends there. First pitch here to Johns, strike one. Daniel Gibson, new pitcher on the mound. First pitch strike. And that one ripped into right. Base hit for Gavin Johns. Good to see that from Gavin. And he's 1 for 3 today. Hey, Carson, there he is. See him there behind the dugout with the green shirt. There they are, behind the Genomes dugout in the green shirt. See him? There he is. No balls, one strike. One on, nobody out. Gibson from the stretch. And this pitch there, swung on and fouled, strike two. Gibson last year pitched the final inning of the championship. And here we are in the last game of the season this year, and he's back on the bump again. Swing and a miss there, and Luke Becker swings and misses, strikeout for Gibson. One down here in the bottom of the sixth. Chris Shaw today with two doubles and a strikeout. Coming up for his fourth trip to the plate. 2 for 3. The left-handed Gibson throws that first pitch, strike one. Runner on first, one out. And Shaw hits that one deep right field, and it's going to bounce off that wall in the corner at right, and Shaw's going to end up with his third double of the day, and that's an RBI double as Johns comes around to score, and it's 14-9. And Moises Sierra will come back to the plate. He's 2 for 3 today as well. One on, one out. And this pitch to Sierra in there for strike one. 93 miles an hour from Gibson. No relation to Bob Gibson. Here's the 0-1. And misses the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Can't thank all of you enough for joining us again for Legends and Genomes Baseball here from Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Final game of the season. And many of you that have tuned in before, swing and a miss there by Sierra, 1 and 2, are tuned in today again for the final game of the season. We saw you in April, May, June, July, August, and the last game here in September. So thank you from all of us here and the Legends and Genomes organization to all of you tuned in. Thank you for watching, and we're excited to see you guys back here next year for more. 1-2 pitch here, chop foul. Marshall bare hands that one. Ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gibson from the stretch, checks his runner down, fires, and ground ball to the shortstop, picked up and fired to first, and that is out number 2. Chris Shaw stays at second base. Felix P.A. comes in with 2 outs and a runner on second here, bottom of the 6th. Genomes down to their last 4 outs of the season. They trail in this game by 5 runs. First pitch here, strike 1 to PA. Thanks to all our corporate sponsors like KCA, Friends of Cole, for sponsoring Atlantic League Baseball and making sure that all the hot dogs were free on Tuesdays, on Hot Dog Tuesday. So thank you to you all for that. Thanks to Great Clips, UK Healthcare, Pepsi Cola, G&J Bottling, KU, Empowering Legends. That pitch, strike 3, got the corner, and that will do it here in the bottom of the 6th. That home plate umpire, Chris Wood, rang him up. We're headed to the 7th, folks. Legends 14, Genomes 9. We'll be back. One more inning of regular season baseball to go until it's all over. We'll be right back. Top of the 7th inning, last inning of the regular season in 2022, and it is being led off by Manuel Geraldo. Almo Rosario on the mound. And that one hit hard by Geraldo. Not only was it over the Pepsi party deck, it was over the trees. Almost says, hey, I'm a second baseman. I'm not a pitcher. A big smile on Geraldo's face. That is absolutely hysterical. So Manuel Geraldo hits home run number 7 of the year and RBI number 44. I hear DMX. That might be Courtney Hawkins coming to the plate. Just kidding. Here's Pete Jorgen. And Rosario fires the fastball at 69. And this one fouled back. Jorgen blasts that one into left field for a single. And that was his first hit of the game, so he's 1 for 4. Good to see him get his hit today. Darian Sanford stepping into the plate for the 4th time today. Sanford 1 for 3 today. Candelario, 14 runs, 15 hits. And Rosario fires that fastball 73 in for strike 2. Foul ball. So, if you're at home watching and you're wondering why this guy doesn't throw hard, well, one, he doesn't want to throw hard because he's a position player and he's not a pitcher. And occasionally, and especially at this point in the season, teams get low on pitchers. And pitchers, remember, this is what they do to feed their family. And a pitcher does not want to come in the last game of the season here and ruin his arm. It hit the camera right up there. Right there. Yeah, hit the speedometer here. That one fouled off. One ball, 2 strikes to Sanford. So here's the 1-2. Milbauer running back into left field. It drops in for a base hit. Yep, and Jorgen moves to second. So runners at first and second with a little bloop single to left. I don't know how they're getting around with these bats in time to hit these pitches from Rosario. Two on, nobody out. Top of the 7th. I mean, we're going to clock his fastball with an hourglass. Just kidding, Rosario. We know. You're a position pitcher. This is not your normal spot. Top of the order here, Teo Martinez. Teo today led off the game with the very first pitch of the game. He had a home run to left, and we were off and running. That pitch in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, I'm surprised he called that a strike there. Looked like it almost hit him. And Teo hits that one into left, into the corner. Shaw gives chase. Jorgen comes around to score, and that's going to be a ground rule double. So Jorgen scores, and it is 16-9. Legends. All right, so Courtney Hawkins coming to the plate. This could be the last at bat for Courtney Hawkins. Almo Rosario. This could be Hawkins' chance to tie the Atlantic League home run record if he can get a good enough pitch here to hit out. Strike one as the 67-mile-an-hour pitch zipped by. There it is. Home run number 48 as Courtney Hawkins finally gets pitched to and blasts that one to left field. He ties the Atlantic League single season record with home run number 48. And that one bounces in the parking lot and over to the railroad tracks. And the big man finally got a hold of the one pitch he needed right there. What a season this guy's had. He is MLB talent ready, folks. 48 home runs, 124 RBIs for the Hawkman. That was a monster blast by the Hawkman. And he'll finish the day 2 for 5 if this holds up. And now the first pitch here to Isaiah Tejeda, strike, nope, ball one. That pitch outside, 2-0. I think it's 2-0. And Tejeda hits that one to straightaway center. And a great catch by Felix P.A. The running one hand. Tejeda at first. Today's attendance for the Titanic struggle between the Legends and the Genomes, 2,526. Again, today's attendance to witness the Titanic struggle between the Genomes and the Legends, 2,526. 0-2. Swing and a miss by Nelson, strike three. And that is out number 2. Legends lead 19-9 here in the 7th. First pitch to Montrell Marshall, fouled out of play, strike one. Marshall's got to be salivating. He's 4 for 4 today with 2 singles and 2 home runs. And he hits this one deep right field, and that is home run 21 for Marshall. That is 3 home runs today for Montrell Marshall, and he is 5 for 5 with 2 singles and 3 jacks. Legends lead 20-9. You know what, Montrell? I might come back if I was you next year. Here's Tavares. That one outside, ball 1. Fair ball down the line to right. Tavares is going to turn this into a triple or more. And a triple for Jesus Tavares. And now he's 3 for 5. Not sure what Almo Rosario was saying there, but Manuel Geraldo on the bump or at the plate facing Rosario. 2-0 the count. Yeah, that's what I thought too. He made a strike motion, but the wrong way. 2-1. Manuel Geraldo, 1 for 4 today, 260 average. That pitch outside, 3-1. Fouls that one back, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to Geraldo, 2 outs, runner at third. Legends with an 11-run lead, top of the 7th. Rosario pitches, swing and a miss. And Rosario loses his mind because he gets a strikeout. You know what? He had fun. That's what it's all about, folks. Having a little fun playing baseball. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. Legends lead 20-9. We'll be right back right after this. Yep, tell me when. Hey everybody, welcome to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm Steve Tressler. I just wanted to take a minute on behalf of everybody up here in the press box. Bill Sow leads our public address announcer. Will Painter, our DJ. Logan Weiler on the video board. Adam Marson, Judith Drake, our technical directors, Sam Wallace-Smith, who's pointing that camera right at me, Hugh Davis, Ashley Grigsby. We want to thank all of you for tuning in. Just know that we've done our best work for you. We've done everything we can to make sure the broadcasts were watchable and enjoyable for you, and hopefully you appreciate it. And slide the camera. There's Taylor. She makes sure everybody, Taylor, wave to the camera there. Taylor makes sure that everybody that makes it to the games gets everything they need up here in these suites. But on behalf of the Genomes and the Legends, from us to you, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next season, but we do have a half inning left. Samir Duenas will lead things off here, the first baseman for the Genomes. He's already hit a home run today, and they've never needed one more than now as they trail by 11 runs. And this pitch here and there, 93 miles an hour, strike one. That one missing. 1-1 strike to Samir. David Sanchez, good look at him right there. Legends put 6 up in the top of the inning. Duenas fouls this one off. 1-2 strikes. Scrappy Hopkins on deck. Samir 1 for 3, 9 home runs on the season. That pitch outside. 2-2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And Samir Duenas will strike out, and Sanchez gets his first of the day. Genomes down to their final 2 outs of the 2022 season. 83 degrees here in Lexington, Kentucky. It is just shy of 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Scrappy Hopkins steps in. And first pitch to her, 93 miles an hour. She chops it, and they get her going down the path. But what a job by Scrappy, though. She's caught a whole game in her first pro career start. She got her first base hit yesterday. Got in her first game Friday. So I will tip my hat to you, Alexis Scrappy Hopkins. You have done a fantastic job, young lady. And I think you played a lot better than what people expected. Joe Henry Herrera. First pitch to him in there for strike one at 94 miles an hour. 2 outs. Genomes down to their final 2 strikes of the 2022 season. Legends hoping to cap off their 2022 season the same way they did the 2021 season with a win. And this could be it right here. And it is not, as Joe Henry Herrera hustles down the line and beats out the throw. So now 1 on, 2 outs. One on, 2 outs, and top of the order here now with Clayton Melbauer stepping in. First pitch to Melbauer in there, strike one, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Outside 1-1. Runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Remember, this is a 7-inning game. That one low, 2 balls, 1 strike now to the third baseman, Clayton Melbauer. He's 1 for 3 today, 4 home runs on the season. And this one a chopper to second. The force out at second base. And the 2022 season is over as the Legends win 20-9 over the Genomes. Folks, that is it for the 2022 baseball season here in the Atlantic League between these two teams, Genomes and Legends. Playoffs between the teams that made it, of course, will continue to go on, but we are done with these guys until next season. We can't thank enough all of you for joining us and for coming to the games and being a part of our stadium crowd and also being a part of the YouTube Lexington Legends channel crowd that tunes into the games. Thank you so much for both of those things. For Bill Sally, our public address announcer, DJ Picasso, a.k.a. Will Painter, Judith Drake, Adam Marson, our technical directors, Logan Weiler on the video board, Sam Wallace-Smith, the home plate camera operator, Hugh Davis, our official scorer, official stringer from Major League Baseball, Ashley Grigsby. I am Steve Tressler, in for Michael Watkins and Tom Zilla, the other 2 announcers who brought you the games this year as well. We want to say thank you, and we will see you all next year with the 2023 baseball season. That's all for this time. Until next time, I'm Steve Tressler saying thanks for tuning in, and go Legends.